Hello, my fellow thrivers. I hope you're all having a wonderful week so far. And those that are experiencing the heat wave, I hope you're managing to stay cool. I can't imagine the temperatures that you guys are experiencing right now is just levels of discomfort that I'm so glad that I'm not experiencing right now. With that being said, thank you for being here. And again, if you watch us in real time, say hello. If you watch us in a replay, definitely say hello so I can say thank you for being here with me. And hopefully the audio again is working. Technology, it's not my strong suit. So when things go wrong, I don't always know why. But I'm here because I want to have a heart to heart with you today. And especially if you've been watching quietly, not commenting, reading the posts, not commenting, and thinking to yourself, I want to feel better, but I just don't know if I can spend the money right now. And I totally get it as a collective. Cancer is expensive, and trust me, going through it 3 times doesn't make it cheaper. It's not like you could get a 2-for-1 deal. You don't, sadly. I wish that's how it worked. It doesn't, but there are organizations and ways to alleviate some of the debt, negotiating with the hospital, insurance companies, and also there's a lot of organizations there to help. I've posted a few of them in the past, and so you can search throughout the group to find them. And if that's you, I get it. And the reason why I understand that is because after surviving, I felt the same way. I didn't feel, I felt guilty for wanting more to get better, right? I was better, but I wasn't better. And before I ever said yes to even investing in myself, my own time to get better, I was really scared. I just kept thinking it's gonna be a waste of money because cancer's gonna come back, like legitimately. Um, because it wasn't for me. It wasn't just like the money. It was about fear. It was about the fear of of it being not utilized in the way that it should be, right? To live life, and fear of failing. Like, what if I put all this money into this and it doesn't work? Or fear of wasting my own time of like doing all these things and not feeling better. Um, Fear that it wasn't working, right? Trust me, I had all these fears when I was trying to figure it out on my own and talking to people and starting to make small investments into my health. Um, but the fear and the anxiety that I was feeling were already running my show. They were already every thought that I thought and every waking moment of my day sitting right next to me, running, keeping me in mental prison, keeping me stuck. But I want to show you there's another way, right? Because if you're anything like me, you're used to putting yourself last, especially after cancer, especially after asking for so much and so many people that helped you get through everything, right? I'm so independent. And to ask for so much help, I was like, oh, I don't feel comfortable with this, right? It's so much discomfort. And here's what I know about you because I am you. You're probably the one that everyone counts on. You're probably the one that kept life together through treatment, showed up for your family, even for work. And now you're supposed to just move on, like as if it never happened, as if it were a common cold. And everyone's like, but you're fine, right? Like, yeah, technically. But deep down inside, I wasn't okay. I was anxious all the time, every day. And I felt incredibly lost because of that. Because I didn't know what to do. I was like, I cannot keep living like this. It was torture. And I kept telling myself, but I'm okay. I'm not sick. Like, there's no cancer. And then I was exhausted and I was overwhelmed. And I was literally on edge every single day. Just pins and needles, waiting for the other shoe to drop. Every nudge in my body, every creak, crack, loop, everything. And it wasn't because I was broken. It's not because you're broken. We're just still in survival mode. We're still surviving. And here's the thing that I didn't know until I had my big, ugly, messy breakdown where literally I would have rather died in that moment than survived and lived another day after fighting really hard for my life. That I needed fucking help and I needed support. And it wasn't until I broke down in the worst way that someone could break down after fighting cancer 3 times and being alive. Because the thing that I've learned is that fear and anxiety don't disappear on their own. They don't just magically go away with time. The voices don't get quieter. The distractions don't help. They're temporary band-aids on a gashing wound that needs to be sutured. And let's talk about that anxiety that you carry, that I've carried. The constant scanning, like the constant, what if it comes back? But what if it comes back? Like it led to me not being able to sleep, waking up during the middle of the night, and the first thought in my head when I woke up was, is today I'm going to get the phone call that cancer's back? And that created a lot of irritability. I think if you ask my ex-husband, he'd say I was being an asshole. Rightfully so. And just feeling like I wasn't myself. I felt off. And that fear lived inside of me. It's not inside my head. It was inside my body. And when we don't address it, it doesn't go away. It shows up in overthinking, in shutting down when there's just one more thing on our plate. It's feeling constantly overwhelmed. It's snapping at the people we love. Guilty of all of those. Even physical symptoms, the tension, the fatigue that you feel, and the digestive issues. The things that we think are treatment related. This is why we get stuck, right? Because the fear and the anxiety are driving our decisions, including our decisions not to invest in our health. And what we need isn't another list of tips or things like that. What we need is a way to feel safe again in our bodies. And how the program, A Happier, Healthier You, helps and comes in, it's not just a structured workout plan, although that is what you get. It's not a surface level wellness program. It's a 13-week trauma-informed, survivor-specific program built by me to help you. It's everything that I have done to rewire my nervous system so I have not lived in fear in probably more than 6 years. I haven't taken an Ativan in probably 6 or 7 years, which is the anti-anxiety med. It is what I've done to feel grounded, safe, and back in control. It is what I've done to physically build back strength emotionally and physically, create morning and evening routines to calm our nervous system down. Through this program, we use breath work and meditation to alleviate anxiety in the moment, because that is what anxiety is, right? It's acute. It's not constant. It's when that doctor's appointment's looming just right around the corner. It starts to happen, right? I'm not immune to that. I wasn't immune to that. I don't feel it anymore. It's letting go of the perfectionism and the ways in which we've learned how to cope, to learn how to be in our bodies again. This program is about reclaiming our confidence, our identity. Oh, that's a big one. And motivation. It's a step-by-step structure I wish I had after cancer. It's a system that has helped my clients go from panic and disconnection to feeling grounded, energized, and in love with their life again. And I walk it with you. You're not on your own. Because you have to really think about the flip side of staying where you're at. The cost of staying stuck. And I know it's scary to spend any amount of money on ourselves when you're used to sacrificing for everyone else, putting your needs last. But I want to ask you, what is it costing me to stay stuck in this fear and this anxiety? Because what is the emotional toll that it's taking? I had to ask myself that. It was costing me my energy. I felt exhausted all the time. The joy, the connection I felt with people, my sleep, and my health every single day. Because every single decision we make impacts our health. You cannot think your way out of anxiety, which therapy is great, but you can't think it. You can't outthink anxiety. You move through it. You need real tools, real support, and a safe space to learn those things in community. And that's exactly what this program gives you. So here's what I'd love for you to do. If any part of this, of what I'm talking to you, of what I'm speaking about, hit you in the gut today, then we need to talk. I offer a free Start Living Again call so we can sit down virtually and talk through where you're at and see if the program, A Happier, Healthier You, is the right next step. You don't have to figure out what to do next on your own. You don't have to be strong in silence anymore. Because trust me, everyone kept telling me, oh, you're so strong. I didn't feel strong. I felt fucking broken and beat up and exhausted. I was like, how do I don't feel anything strong. But what you do need to be willing to say is that I'm ready to do things differently. And I'd love it to know where you're at. Or if you're ready, drop a little heart emoji in the comments. And I can send you the link so we can connect. You know, I thought getting through treatment was the hardest part. Surviving is the hardest part. But now it's time to live. It's time to heal so you can move forward. And again, if you watch this in a replay, love to say hi so I can say hi back. I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday, and I will talk to you